Sacramento, California, June 1966. The house is on a quiet street on the east side of the city, a post-war ranch house with a concrete driveway and a lawn that Henry Elliott maintains with the same precision he applies to everything else. The sprinklers run on a timer. The hedges are cut square. The garage door opens and closes without complaint because he services the mechanism every spring. Henry Elliott is 51 years old. He spent 20 years in the United States Army. He enlisted at 17 in 1941 because the alternative did not occur to him. He served in the Pacific, Guadalcanal, the Philippines, the last terrible months of a war fought on islands with names that most Americans had not heard before and would not remember after. He came home in 1946 with a capacity for silence that his wife and children understood without being told to.
He worked after the war in civil service, the kind of steady, unglamorous government work that a man does when he has seen enough of the world's instability and wants to spend the next 30 years producing the opposite. He rose in his department the way men like him rise, not quickly, not dramatically, but certainly each step earned and held. He was reliable. He showed up. He finished what he started. He coached Little League for 6 years. He attended every school event his children were in. He said what he meant and did not say things he did not mean. He is not a man who expresses himself often. He is a man who expresses himself accurately. There is a difference, and the people who know Henry Elliott understand it without being told. His son Sam is 22 years old this June. He has just finished his degree at the University of the Pacific in Stockton, Theater Arts, which Henry Elliott received when Sam announced it with the particular steadiness a man brings to information he did not expect and does not intend to contest. He asked one question. He asked whether Sam had thought about what came next. Sam said he was going to Los Angeles. He said he was going to become an actor. Henry Elliott nodded. He did not say it was a good idea. He did not say it was a bad idea. He nodded the way he nods when he has received information and is processing it. That was 3 months ago. The morning of the departure is a Tuesday. Sam has been loading the car since 8. It is not a lot. A bag of clothes, a box of books, a typewriter borrowed from a college friend and not yet returned. The things a 22-year-old takes when he is leaving a place he does not plan to return to in the way he is leaving it. The car is a 1963 Rambler, blue, that he bought from a neighbor the previous fall for $300. It has 60,000 miles on it and an oil leak that he has been told to watch and that he intends to watch without necessarily fixing before he leaves. His mother, Margaret, is on the porch. She has been on the porch since he started loading, doing the thing mothers do in this situation, which is to be present without being in the way, and to hold the specific expression that belongs to a woman watching her son drive away towards something she cannot follow. She has made sandwiches. They are on the passenger seat already. Sam did not ask for them, and she did not explain them. Henry Elliott is in the garage. He has been in the garage since 8 as well, the same hour Sam started loading, though neither of them has noted the coincidence out loud. The garage is where Henry goes when he is thinking through something, the way other men go to the backyard or the study or the kitchen. The garage has order in it that he has imposed and maintained over 20 years, and the order is clarifying in a way that the rest of the world sometimes is not. He has been in the garage since 8 as well. The garage is where Henry goes when he is thinking through something, the way other men go to the backyard or the study or the kitchen. The garage has order in it that he has imposed and maintained, and the order is clarifying in a way that the rest of the world sometimes is not. At 9:30, Sam closes the trunk of the Rambler. He looks at his mother on the porch. He looks at the garage.
He walks to the garage. Henry Elliott is standing at his workbench.
He is not doing anything in particular. His hands are resting on the bench surface, a habit of standing he has had for years. Hands on a surface, weight slightly forward, the posture of a man who thinks better when there is something solid within reach. Sam comes in. The garage smells of motor oil and sawdust and something metallic that has no name. The light comes through two small windows on the south wall and through the open garage door behind Sam. They stand there for a moment in the way that fathers and sons stand when both of them know that something is ending and neither of them has the precise words for it. Sam says, "I'm heading out." Henry says, "I know." He turns from the workbench. He looks at his son, all of him, the height that came from somewhere in the family Sam never located, the face that is still young enough to be the face of someone leaving rather than someone who has already arrived somewhere. He does not offer a speech. Henry Elliott does not give speeches. He says one thing. He says, "Do the work. The rest will follow, or it won't. But do the work, and you won't have to wonder." Sam Elliott stands in his father's garage in Sacramento on a Tuesday morning in June of 1966 and looks at his father and hears these words. He does not say much in response. He says, "Yes, sir," the way he has said "yes, sir" to his father for 22 years, and Henry Elliott nods once and extends his hand. They shake hands, not an embrace. Henry Elliott is not a man who embraces easily. The handshake is what it is, firm, held for a moment, the full attention of a man who is saying what he means with his hand because he has already said it with his words. Sam walks back to the car. He gets in. He backs out of the driveway. His mother waves from the porch. His father stands in the garage doorway, hands at his sides, watching the car go the way he has watched things throughout his life, completely, without looking away, until there is nothing left to see. Sam Elliott has given many interviews over the course of his career. He has talked about Sacramento, about the University of the Pacific, about arriving in Los Angeles with nothing much and intending to make something. He has talked about the early years, the small parts, the persistence, the mustache that arrived and stayed. He has talked about Oregon, about horses, about the particular kind of work that ranch life requires. He has not talked much about his father. What he has said is brief and consistent. He has said his father was a quiet man. He has said his father worked hard and expected the same. He has said that growing up in a household where a man's word meant what it said shaped how he understood the relationship between saying and doing. That is most of what he has said. The rest of it lives in what he has done. Henry Elliott was a man of a particular American generation. The men who came back from the Second World War did not, on the whole, discuss what they had seen. They came back and they built things. They built houses and families and careers and little league teams, and they got up in the morning and did what needed to be done, and they did not, as a rule, give speeches about it. This has sometimes been called emotional unavailability. The people who call it this are not wrong about what it looked like from the outside. They are sometimes wrong about what it meant on the inside. Henry Elliott showed up to every school event. He coached Little League for 6 years because his son was on the team, and his son's team needed a coach, and he was available. He maintained the garage and the lawn and the car and the household because these things required maintenance, and he was the person responsible for doing it. He stood in the garage doorway and watched the car until there was nothing left to see. These are not the actions of a man who does not feel things. They are the actions of a man who expresses what he feels through what he does. Sam Elliott learned this watching him. He has been doing it ever since. Do the work. The rest will follow, or it won't.
But do the work, and you won't have to wonder. In 1966, Sam Elliott drives south on Highway 99 out of Sacramento with these words and a 1963 Rambler with 60,000 miles and an oil leak he is supposed to watch. The drive from Sacramento to Los Angeles is about 6 hours on that road. 6 hours is enough time to have a lot of thoughts, or not many. He has his mother's sandwiches on the passenger seat. He has his father's one sentence somewhere he cannot point to, but can feel.
He will spend the next 16 years doing exactly what his father described. The work. The small parts and the callbacks and the not quite right fits and the almost but not this times. He will do the work without the guarantee his father also mentioned, that the rest would follow. It is possible it will not follow. Henry Elliott said so plainly. He did not promise his son success. He promised him that if he did the work, he would not have to wonder whether he had truly tried. That is a different kind of promise. It is, in some ways, a harder one to keep. Success is binary. You have it or you don't. Effort is daily. There is no finish line for doing the work. There is only tomorrow morning and whether you show up for it. Sam Elliott showed up every time. He did not have to wonder. Henry Elliott died in 1986. He was 71 years old. He had retired from civil service in 1981, maintained the garage and the lawn through 1985, and spent his last year in declining health that he did not discuss more than was necessary. Sam Elliott was in the middle of his career in 1986. Roadhouse was still 2 years away. Tombstone was 7 years away. He was known, but not yet what he would become. He drove to Sacramento when his father was ill. He sat with him. He did not report what they talked about. What is known is that Henry Elliott died in the house on the east side of the city, in the bed he had slept in for 30 years, with the garage in order and the lawn maintained, and his affairs in a state of organization that required very little from the people who came after him. He had done the work. The rest had followed. Sam Elliott was 50 years old when Tombstone was released in 1993. He was 54 when The Big Lebowski came out, 58 for We Were Soldiers, 74 when A Star Is Born brought him to a new generation. He became, over the long arc of those decades, one of those presences that people feel they have always known, not because he announced himself, but because he showed up consistently and did what he said he would do. The work. Every time. Henry Elliott would have recognized it immediately. He would not have said so. He would have nodded once, and that would have been enough. There is a photograph taken in Sacramento in the spring of 1966, a few months before the departure. Sam and Henry Elliott in the backyard of the house on the east side of the city. Henry in his yard clothes, the ones he wears on Saturday mornings when the hedges need cutting. Sam in the way a 22-year-old looks in a photograph, young enough that the face is still mostly potential, the future of it not yet visible. Both of them looking at the camera, neither of them smiling exactly. The expression of two men who take photographs seriously, which is to say that they look directly at the lens and do not perform. They are standing close enough that their shoulders are nearly touching. Neither of them appears to have moved to close the distance. It is simply the distance they are at. Sam Elliott keeps a copy of it. He has kept it through the Malibu house and the Oregon property and every hotel room on every location shoot for 60 years. It is not displayed. It is kept in a drawer or a book or somewhere that is his own business. It is a photograph of two men standing in a backyard in Sacramento. It is also a photograph of everything one of them said to the other without speaking, and everything the other one heard. If this story reached you, drop your state in the comments.
Subscribe if you haven't. More Long Rider stories are coming because they still make men like him. You just have to know where to look.